going on, guys? Chris here again. This would be the fourth part, I believe. I'm already losing track of me showing you guys my CD collection. I won't really go into any preamble here. I'll say that most of these are pretty well-known things. It's not going to be anything. I mean, there's a couple things in here that, might be out of the ordinary, but for the most part, this is all pretty straightforward stuff. And a couple of these decent chunk. A couple of these are just two bands that make a decent chunk of the stack, is what I was trying to say. That being said, the first band on here, which is not even metal at all, which is me being the 90s kid that I am. Just a couple Alanis Morissette albums. I've never really listened to any of them, really, for the most part, and with any regularity besides Jagged Little Pill, which is just, again, one of those albums that just reminds me of my childhood. Yeah, I don't know much to say. That's all, like I've said in previous videos. My local record store has a bunch of, that, 90s, early 2000s, radio stuff, for, they have a dollar section, so I get, most of these, whenever you see a band like that, which, I'll just have like a random, like, spattering of CDs from a certain, radio band from the 90s. I get them for $1, and it just, I don't know, if you will even enjoy like one or two songs, it's worth it, in my opinion. That being said, the next one I have is something, it's not usually something I listen to very much, but this is Alarum. With Natural Causes. This is some progressive metal, not usually my forte. There's a couple bands in that genre that I like. A lot of pieces have to fall in the right place for me to like progressive stuff. It really has to be on the heavier side, or I don't know. I can't really put it into words, I guess. I do enjoy it a little bit on the heavier side, but I don't know, there's just certain factors that I might not necessarily be able to put into words, but like when I hear it, it's just certain ones that to me just sound like a little over the top progressive, and this is not one of them. This is a little more on the heavier side. Think like Atheist, like early Atheist stuff. It's pretty good. Next thing I got on here is Elastis, and the CD is The Other Side. I believe this is like an early 90s album or mid 90s album. I wouldn't necessarily call them black metal. It's got black metal elements for sure. Maybe some would call them black metal, but it's more of like a, like gothic metal type thing. I don't want to compare them to like Cradle or Demu, because I know people get all whatever about them, but it's kind of like that. There's keyboards, there's all that kind of thing. Next thing I got is Alderon, I believe is how it's pronounced, and I'm gonna butcher this. New Revendrons Immortals. I don't know what language that is. This is some pretty good black metal with it's got great production. It's very clean sounding. So if you're not into just listening to black metal, that has to be like super lo-fi. Drums are a muffled wet pillow being smacked by some drunk guy. This is really good stuff. Next thing I got is Alexis on Fire. Nothing you guys are gonna care about. Crisis, some metalcore screamo type stuff. Bring Me the Horizon type. Devil Wears Prada, so up that alley. But that's honestly like when I was, and I've touched on this in earlier videos. Screamo was like, I feel like where a lot of kids stopped. Like Bullet for My Valentine. I feel like that's where a lot of kids got into heavier stuff, and then they just kind of, that was it for them. Me, on the other hand, it was, I enjoyed bands like this, and I honestly still do. It's just I know a lot of you guys won't like that kind of music because you didn't, I think part of it's because you didn't grow up on it like I did. I just have a soft place in my heart for it. Hello. And then the next chunk are all from one band. Do you mind? This is what I got going on right now. What you doing, you weirdo? Ugh. What He's a chunky boy to just be sitting on my lap like that. Can you say hello? That's my best friend. That's my boy. Alright. Enough of that. Let's see if I can get this back into place here. Close enough. Or was it down here? I think it was down there. Okay, I really gotta stand for this thing. Right now I literally have I'll show you. A stack of CDs that's how I'm doing it right now. And I'm using, I just recently brought down some stuff from my parents' attic, some old books I have, like from when I was a kid, so like Captain Underpants and shit like that, and I just have that laying around, using that as like the back to hold my phone up. It's some sketchy stuff right now. Anyways, the next stack is all from Alice Cooper. I saw him live a couple times touring with, was it Motley Crue on their final tour? I think it was Motley Crue. He put on a fun show. It's not something I'll just put on, you know, all the time, but it's like, he's the type of band that I could probably just have the greatest hits of, and that would be okay with me. But I got all these for like $1, so it's like, what am I gonna say no to that? Like, you know, it's whatever. So I got the Eyes of Alice Cooper, which I believe is like a mid-era. I don't know the year. I know, or maybe if it's even like early, maybe it's like 2010s. Yeah, there's no date on it for whatever reason. So there's that. I have Hey Stupid, which has got some good songs on it. Most notably Feed My Frankenstein, which is a fun song. Then I got Raise Your Fist and Yell. It's another good one. Like I said, this is not something I'll go out of my way to listen to, but like if it just was on, then I could listen to it. This one with a jacked up case, but I got it for $1, was Dragon Town. Like, I'm missing the whole piece of there. This is 2001. Not bad. Then I got Trash. Probably my favorite Alice Cooper album. Poison, you know, that's probably his biggest song. Then I got Welcome to My Nightmare, another pretty decent one. And lastly that I have is Constrictor. Like I said, it's a weird like collection, but it's just me, like I do with a lot of these bands that I don't love. I just enjoy them, like, you know, for what they are. I'm just piecing it together. When I find one for $1, I'll buy it. But yeah, the next band I can spend a little bit more time on, probably maybe my top 10 band, like in my top 10 bands of all time, if not close to it. Allison Chains. Even the newer stuff I think is pretty decent. I don't remember the dude's name, but it's not going to be Allison Chains without Lane Staley, obviously. But I think the new guy does it justice. And they've put out decent stuff. They haven't put out much, but they've put out some decent stuff. One thing that sucked is I believe I was going to see Guns N' Roses on the reunion tour in my area. And the first leg of their tour, they were playing with Allison Chains. I was really pumped to go see them, probably even more than I was Guns N' Roses. And I should have done my research and checked a little harder, because my area, the first show that they played was the second leg of the tour. And I went with one of my buddies. And the second leg of the tour, Guns N' Roses, of all people, were touring with Lenny Kravitz. And I don't got a problem with Lenny Kravitz. Again, it's one of those, like, I grew up with him in the 90s, early 2000s. Excuse me. But there's nothing like getting you pumped up for Guns N' Roses than Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, I don't know. It was an odd choice, honestly, but it wasn't even that bad of a show. It was just weird. I don't know. So anyways, so the first album I got is Dirt. That's a classic. I mean, what are you gonna say? Every song on here, you know, I know almost by heart. What an amazing album. Then I've got Black Gives Way to Blue, which was the first after Lane passed away, which what's that, 10 years later? 09, when did he die? Early 2000s? I don't remember. You know, I'm not really like a history guy when it comes to some of this stuff. So I don't know dates and band names, band members and stuff like that. This is a good album. Some really good stuff on there. Then I got Sap, which is like a little EP, but it's got some really good songs on it. Only 4 songs, but really good one. Then I got their latest one, The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. This one's actually really good. This was a little heavier, a little doomier. Yeah, that's a good one. I shouldn't even say they're a good one because I like them all, so they're all good ones. Then I got MTV Unplugged. What an amazing album. The MTV Unplugged series is like some of the best stuff ever. This one's really good. If you've ever seen the video of this, it's like kind of sad though because he's like absolutely messed up out of his mind. And I guess it's impressive that he was that messed up and he put out a performance like this, him being Wayne Staley. Then I got a live album, which honestly, I think, it's just called Live. Isn't very good. I don't know. I don't know if this was recorded like later on, like towards the end. This is not a very good album. I mean, it's fine, but it's nothing like, you can look up clips of them playing live from the early days and it was much better. Then I have Jar of Flies. An underrated one in my opinion. I don't think this one gets talked about enough. Very somber songs on here, very like depressing, acoustic stuff, but that's a very good one. Then I've got Facelift, amazing album. This is kind of more just like a heavy hard rock type album, like more so than I don't consider this one like really grungy as much as the other one is. Like when I think of Allison Chains, I don't usually think of this album, and that doesn't mean like I don't love this album, because I do love this album, but it's just a slightly different sound in my opinion than their other stuff. And then I've got the self-titled, I believe it's just the self-titled, which you can't even see because it's in this like purple case. This one's really good. This one's probably one of their more out there albums. It's got some really good songs, and like I said, I'm not going to go through all these songs because Allison Chains is like, they are who they are. That's the artwork regularly. Yeah, good album. Oh, really good. The next few, I only got a few more left. The next 5 are all from the same band, Alkaline Trio, which I didn't get into until recently. My buddy Austin had me get into them because I love some of the mid-2000s like pop punk type stuff. Again, grew up on it. Grew up on Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, which I'm sure is just me saying those words. Some of you guys' hair is probably catching on fire, or your computer just exploded from me saying that I like some of that stuff, and I still do, I'm not gonna lie. So it's kind of in that ilk. So this is Amnesia. Like I said, I won't talk about it because nothing you guys are probably really interested in. This Addiction. What is this one called? Is This Thing Cursed? Then I got Crimson. Oh, and that's actually it for them. Yeah, that's it. The next one I got is Alkaloid, Liquid Anatomy. This is some cool prog death stuff. I don't know. It's really good. Progressive, like I said. There's some clean singing on here. I believe this is like a Season of Mist release. Yeah, you can always trust Season of Mist to put out something really good. The next 4 I'll just speed through so you guys don't throw up anymore, because I already told you I like pop punk and this is right up that alley. All American Rejects. Sorry guys, shield your eyes, close your eyes, don't look at all the All American Rejects. Oh my god, don't look. Again, in this one, don't look. Alien Ant Farm, sorry, you had to see that. You can thank my local record store's dollar bin for that. And then I'll leave it off on a good note. Originally, I had Alien Ant Farm as the last one, and I said I can't end it on such a sour note for some of you guys. So I went to see what the next few were, and this is the next one, and this might be something way up your guys' alley. and that is Alcadel, I believe is how you pronounce it, Alcadel, don't know. Morinde, I believe is how you say it, I wrote it down, yeah, Morinde, I think. I don't know if that's another language, I don't know what the hell that means. This is like some lo-fi black metal, but this stuff is like really out there. It's like droney, it's very strange stuff. I don't know. It's reminded me a little bit of like early Burzum stuff. I had completely forgotten about this. The really good thing about doing these like going through my collection is like finding stuff I haven't listened to in forever, and this is one of them. And I threw it on. I'm like, oh, I forgot how good this was. And they got a lot of good stuff, and they got some weird ass album covers. If you look up their catalog, they got some weird stuff out there. But this is a really good album. I'll check that out. That's all I got for you this time. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying going through and looking and reminiscing on some of this stuff. And I hope that you're still watching after some of the stuff I've showed. But I'm just keeping it honest with you guys. Like I've said a million times, music is music. I'm not ashamed of anything I listen to, and neither should you be. Music is, while it can be serious and emotional, it can also just be fun. And, you know, I just like to have fun with music, and I listen to what I want to listen to. And I don't, like I've said, it's not like me being a dick, but I just don't care what people think. If you think I'm some kind of poser because I can listen to a Panic at the Disco album while going through, you know, Dark Throne's entire catalog, or, you know, listening to like Revenge, you know, while I listen to Fall Out Boy, like whatever, like I don't really care. I love Taylor Swift, you know. Eventually when we get to the T's in 7 years from now, you know, I'll have Taylor Swift and she'll be right next to, you know, some underground, you know, black metal album that was released, you know, only 250 copies, you know. So that's just the way I am. So I hope you're enjoying that, and I hope that you can appreciate that I'm just putting myself out there. And if anything, I just want you guys to, you know, if there's stuff that you enjoy that you don't necessarily want people to know, or you think that people might judge you, don't if people are gonna get on you for liking a certain type of music that you enjoy, then fuck them. They don't matter. But all that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a comment if you want to. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if you're enjoying the series. Alrighty? I appreciate you watching. Bye.